What's up? What's up? What's popping? It's Nate Dogg 916 coming at you live from Sacramento with Dirty Weather 916.
Man,
Uh,
how y'all feeling?
Hello, I'd like to invite you, welcome y'all to Sessions with Sandman and Dirt. We're gonna get into it today, but first I'm gonna ask you guys to go to Dirty Weather 916 and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can see all his fire content. And also go to and leave comments below, man. If you want him to do something, if you got a question for Dirt, put it in the comments below, man. This is a collab. I'm plugging his channel first because his is just as important as mine, man. So comment below his, and then go over to mine, Nate Dogg 916, because we pushing this 916 shit. And comment, like, subscribe, notification bell. Go into the description. You can see all my accounts, all my other social media. Everything is right there. My plug. This is a plug from my channel, Big Boy Clothing. Big Boys BIGBOYZ Clothing on Instagram. Get your merch. My merch is coming soon, so look for that. But we're gonna get into it. Good morning, Sandman.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
All right, so Sandman, you got a question from the viewers for us?
Yeah, this one also, I didn't take the name down. Sorry about that, but who asked it, you know who you are. They'd like to know how bloods from out of state are looked at by, let's say, original bloods from California.
Okay, wait. First of all, okay.
Yo, you kick that off.
Yeah, I want to be politically correct, right? When I start this part, right? Because we got some diversity in California when it comes to bloods too, and we different. You know what I mean? Some of us is different. You know what I mean? We down south bloods is a little different than up north bloods. Don't get it wrong. We all bloods. We come together when it's time to come together, but there's some differences. And me personally, as far as I'm concerned about cats from out of state, when they come to prison, in the prisons I've been in, I'm gonna be all the way real with you. Them dudes get so much respect from me because a lot of the dudes that come from, like, let's say New York, and I had a dude come from New York that we used to call him New York, and he was a blood, and them dudes it'd be like a religion to them. Like, to some of us, it's just a gang, and it's cool. We pushing that like that, and you know what I mean? But it's not our religion, and it's just our way of life, Some of them dudes, like this dude in New York I'm talking about, and he ended up turning Muslim, but he was still, even when he turned Muslim, it was like blood was his religion. Like, you couldn't tell him nothing. He was always ready to go. If it had something to do with blood, he didn't care. He would talk crap to LA bloods for funking with SAG bloods. In anything that it was diversifying bloods, he didn't like it. You know what I mean? He was like, it's blood. No matter where we at, it's blood, bro. And like, you like be emotional about it. Like, man, we blood. I never want to hurt my blood brother. I'm like, yeah. So in my personal experience, it's a lot of bloods from out of state get a lot of respect out here. I haven't seen none treated badly, but they be so turned up. How can you not respect them? Because that's what it's about. It's like, how can you not respect the activities? They be with the shit. Like, and I don't care. Like, I never ran into no other race bloods from out of state, personally. You know what I mean? But I can't see them being any different. You know what I mean? Than the ones that I've met, because every area got that same get down. Like, them cats from New York, if you a white blood from New York or a white blood from Florida or whatever, I'm pretty sure you getting down just like the other bloods out there. Because you already up against it, so you must be getting down like them. You know what I mean? And I'm going to see it, you know what I mean? Because already, if you a white blood out here, you got to be turned up. It's going to take a lot. Yeah. It's going to take a lot. Because especially in prison.
It's rites of passage.
You got rites of passage. Yeah, you got to make your way. You ain't just going to come in, I'm a blood, and ain't nobody going to expect you to do nothing or put in no work or nothing. You're going to put in some work. You're going to put in some work. And in my hood, I don't, you know what I mean? I know from my generation, in my hood, we don't put motherfuckers on my hood. Let me just put it like that. Like, from my generation, from where I know about, we don't put people on. You either came up in my neighborhood or you didn't. You know what I mean?
It's like a family thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, you rarely see people from the Heights funking with each other unless it's just some little personal stuff. and it's usually over abroad, unfortunately, because it's yeah. But the thing is, like, you hear these, and that just shows you the difference of other areas and other parts of California and other parts of America. Like, a lot of these people, you hear about people getting quoted on or jumped into their gang, or we don't do that in my hood. You don't have to earn your way, but it's the same time as we all came up doing the same kind of dirt together. So we already know what you're working with. You know what I mean? And most of the homies, you ain't got to prove nothing, because I just watch you your whole life proving stuff. So it's like, what I'm going to do? Oh, I don't know if you're really a shooter because you only shot at 13 and 14. What will you do now? Nigga, what? Yeah. Hey, I refuse to associate with an organization out here right now that's on some positive stuff, because the dudes that are in this organization all knew me from my prison term, and some of them knew me from before I was in prison, and they had the nerve to tell me, oh, you got to come to this specific situation for 3 days, and everybody has to see you that's involved, and prove yourself. Prove myself.
Do you know who I am?
No, the point is, you do know who I am. So that's the point. Like, what is you talking about? Like, I know what this whole thing is founded on, and you don't tell me what I gotta do. And then I backed up. Y'all do you, I'm gonna do me. So I've never been out of state. So good thing for today, we got the homie Dirt on here, who's been out of state as a blood. Like, I've been out of the state, but I've never been, I was always, when I was out of the state, I was out doing other dirt. It wasn't about no gang stuff. You know what I mean? It was about money. So I never had to associate with other gang members, or if I did, it was about money. So it wasn't like I was like this is Bloods or anything like that. So luckily Dirt can give us that point of view. So, Bert, tell us the story, brother. How was it for you?
So first of all, when I went to jail, I was 17. So, and luckily for me, I had already gravitated past the gang mentality, because I had friends from everywhere. I had partners that was Crips, because I realized at the end of the day, back then it was about money. And then I'm surrounded by family members who had the same mentality. So I was a blood, but like where we from, Oak Park was the enemy back then. So it's like, how can you be a blood, but yet you funking with other bloods? Right. So then when I hit the main line, it was like a wake up call, because now these people that I'm getting into it with, now I'm in a cell with them. And then so it's still Sacramento blood thing, but I hadn't been exposed to like the LA blood to their mind frame until we started getting into it. Then I was seeing, okay. And then I moved to a different yard, and I was probably only like 2 or 3 of us, and all the rest was LA bloods. So there I went through a paradigm shift where I seen, okay, I've been a blood, but these niggas is really like serious about this shit. Way more than I thought, way more than I was. So in a sense, I had to kind of get with the program and understand, man, I got myself in this, and I'm gonna ride with it. So, and to them on this particular yard, it was all bloods together, together. Mm-hmm. Some homies haven't been in situations like that, but it was all bloods together, and I felt more love on that yard than I did in a lot of other places. Right. And you had East St. Louis Pirus. You had Pirus from other states, and I was like, you know what, shit, I feel like an outsider too, but at the same time, I know the homies got love for me. How you feel? Right. It's like shit, it's bloods.
That's like East St. Louis. You be thinking Stone Love, like the homies from down south, the Stone Loves and stuff. I'm like, okay, I think that would be a cool little situation.
I used to be like, damn, man, that's a long ways away.
But how did they look? Okay, I know. Okay, so you there with them, right? How are they looking at you? Are they looking at you like big bruh? Or are they just looking at you like a homie? Like, are they looking up to you like you a California blood? Or what was the get down?
You talking about out there, over here?
Oh, out there.
Okay, so out there, automatically, because I was from California, it was like big bruh. And
top then off top.
Right. I'll just we'll take Florida. When they locked me up in Florida. Off top, I'm not knowing nothing about their gang cultures or nothing. So I had somebody break it down to me, but then a youngster came in the pod that was a blood. And let me tell you, their blood and our blood is entirely different. It's like they blood out there is like it's like an afterthought because and people be getting killed out there. They be getting killed, but it's over what you said. Like it's over females or money or something like that. They ain't necessarily killing each other in Florida. Well, in Sanford, like over like gang stuff.
Yeah.
It's more like I got a personal problem with you. But they treated me with the utmost. I ain't gonna lie. They treated me with the utmost. They invited me to their spreads and everything. Instantly they was like, "Oh, that's Bally right there. That's Bally." And when and like they had me in the maximum security pod. Right. In the maximum security. I didn't even know I was in maximum security. I just was like, well, if this is what it is, this is what it is. And these dudes is like hitters from their area. And they had to they was like, man, you from Cali? Oh, that's what's up. Hey, you a blood? That's what's up. They was like, we got a real blood up in here. We got a real blood up in here. Man, they was having conversations with me, telling me about California, and I never been there. They was like, you know Suge Knight? They like, you know Suge Knight? Like, no, I don't know Suge Knight. I'm not Suge Knight. They was like, yeah, man. So it went like this. See, the blood started, and they started telling me my history. But and it was kind of had holes in it, but still I could tell it was like somebody handed a document down, and by the time it got to them, it had been remixed. But they still knew that they was Bloods. They knew that they was Bloods. And then other people had came, like a lot of people that get caught up out there, a lot of them be from like LA. Right. So they have like a I ain't gonna say tarnished, but they have a one-sided view of what California Bloods is like. So So when I come out there, I come with a whole different perspective because a lot of them haven't really met no real up north Bloods, or they might have met a Bay dude, or they might have heard somebody was from like Sacramento, but I couldn't even explain to them where I was at. I had to use Too Short. You know, you ever heard of Too Short? Well, I'm about 100 miles, to the east from there. That's the only way I could explain. But when they got to talking to me and they seen I knew my shit, man, it was like I would sit at a table and it would be two people sitting around the table just to hear me, tell some stories and stuff or tell them about California. Because I mean, it's sad to say, but the first thing they wanted to know if you from California is how much. I don't even need to say no more. Mm-hmm. How much? Mm-hmm. And I have to remove myself from that label. Right. That's what they think about us.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, we're the motherland.
Okay. We're the Mecca.
We're the Mecca.
All Bloods got to come from Cali, or want to come see Cali at least once.
Yeah. Straight up.
So, go ahead, Sam.
Question. So I jogged my brain, and I don't know if you can speak on it, but can you give some of the differences that they would, like LA Bloods and NorCal Bloods would give, like you said, a little bit weird view to Florida people or people out of state? Well, like the differences.
Okay, go ahead.
You do one, I do one. You do
one, I could tell you a difference between Sacramento Bloods and LA Bloods. Mm-hmm. To give a little bit of insight to and this is not, now understand, there's always a one-off. So I'm not trying to group all LA Bloods because they the homies still. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it fucked up. Yeah. I'm just saying it's a difference. Like down there, from my experience, like down there, most of the homies that's down there, their whole life is about gangbanging. That's it. This is Bloods. All I want to do is kill Crips. That's all my life is. Up here, for me and from my neighborhood, it's like, yeah, we gangbanging. Yeah, we Bloods. We from the Heights, but we trying to get this money too. Like we hustlers as well. You know what I mean? So we gonna hustle. We gonna try to find a way to get some dough too. And if we come around and we, at that time in my life, if we came around some Crips, yeah, we finna pop it off. But that, it wasn't like all we were doing. Like, and a lot of the homies I met in prison was, like, I met one homie that he told me he never sold dope in his life, right? Mm-hmm. And he was from VNS, from Van Ness, or VNG, my bad. Van Ness Gangsters, right? And and he told me he never sold dope in his life, right? And I was like, what? Like, that was a surprise to me because I'm an 80s baby. I mean, I was born in the 70s, but I'm an 80s baby, right? So to hear somebody say they never sold no crack, I'm like, and you from the hood and you never sold dope? And then he broke it down to me like it ain't like that down there. It ain't they sell dope, but it's homies that sell dope, but not all of us, the YGs, we be out gunning. Like,
okay.
He tell me he got good at shooting because he couldn't afford to buy bullets, so he had to make every bullet count.
So, okay. So one of the differences is how we grew up. Like for us, if we wanted to put in work, we damn near got to get on the freeway.
Right, we have to go.
We got to get on the freeway. For them to put in work, all they got to do is hop their back fence and go across the alley. And they in a whole nother neighborhood. So they grew up like confined. Like they liquor store is they liquor store. You better not go to that liquor store that's at the other end of the block because that belongs to another neighborhood. Yep. And then they got so many different enemies because it's really truly a jungle that they never know where it's coming from. They could be funking with Mexicans. They could be funking with other blacks. They could be funking with Crips. They could be funking with other bloods. So they don't know. So they have a mentality of like, man, it's either all way or no way because it's life or death.
Yep.
Life or death. So, like I said, we got to go far to go find like enemies if we want to go hunting or something.
Well, okay. Yeah. But, okay, so. Okay, we have to go all the way around the Air Force Base. Let's put it that way. If we want to find somebody.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
To be honest, like, but they wasn't hecka deep when I was young. There was some out there though. We can go right around we had to go around the Air Force Base. So that is, you still have to go out there. Like in LA, they can walk a block and find some Crips.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or and like I think a brother showed me like most of the biggest Crip neighborhoods, blood neighborhoods in LA are surrounded by Crip neighborhoods. Like you got one. Like I think in Compton, I apologize to all the homies from Compton, Crips and Bloods if I explain this wrong. You guys can explain it, or somebody can go look on a map. But I believe that the way Compton is set up, like you'll have the Compton Pyrus, like the Cedar Block Pyrus right here, and then you'll have like the kitchens or the schoolyards or whatever other. I don't know the neighborhood dynamic breakdowns because I'm not from down there, but I know it's like you're surrounded. You know what I mean? Like there's hella Compton Crips, and then you got Compton Bloods in the middle, or you got Treetops, and you got the Cedar Blocks, and then you got hella Compton Crips.
And the Crips, and for the record, the Crips is the deepest out there.
Yeah, in LA, period. The Crips are bigger than anything.
And you wonder why the Bloods is the way they are, because they grow up outnumbered, and they gotta be about it.
Yeah, and another thing is, there's so many Crip neighborhoods down there that half the Crip neighborhoods, or some of the Crip neighborhoods, aren't even blood enemies. They got Crip enemies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They funk with other Crips. So it's like
take Long Beach.
Yeah.
Long Beach is all Crips.
Yeah.
All Crips. There's no Bloods.
There's no Bloods. There's no. That's a Crip city. The whole city is Crips. But that's like if we're gonna get into that, like the that's why the dynamic is so crazy here in California when you think about gangs. It's like everybody thinks it's just Crip and Blood, but it's not. Like in my own neighborhood, you got, like from my generation, they didn't do it. But right after my generation, Dirk's generation, I'm pretty sure did it. You got these cats called the Manners. And they funk with cats from Elm Street. Like, it's all the same neighborhood. It's just another part of the neighborhood.
It was like extension.
Yeah, it's like, so this is an outskirt part of our neighborhood. The dudes that live in this part of the neighborhood decide, we're going to just start gangbanging this part of the neighborhood. It's still Del Paso Heights, but it's called Strawberry Manners. So they start funking with some cats from one street in the Heights, which of course obviously can spill out to other parts of the Heights because like I grew up on Cypress and South most of my life, but the Elm Street is there. But if I'm with some homies from Elm and y'all come tripping, then we all tripping. Yeah. Although I've never had funk with nobody from the Manners. I got the homie I always go pick up on Mondays. He from the Manners. You know what I mean? So I got love from niggas from the Manors because to me, like I say to niggas from the Manors every time I run into them, don't come at me with that Manor shit. You from the Heights. Okay, you from the Manors, but that's just a little part of the Heights. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hear none of that. But it's just the dynamic is so weird out here.
So with the Heights, with the Manors, I understood that the beef that started, it was from it really was from your era. Right. They got into it and had some problems. Somebody's mama house got shot up, and the next thing you know, now it's beef. And then it trickled down to my era where we had school fighting with these same dudes we was cool with. Right. We was just cool. We was all good a week ago. Mm-hmm. Now it was on. And then when people started dying, then you kind of seen that it was real. And certain people from the Heights that don't have that bias. It's like it's a biased view, but certain people from the Heights that grew up like really where everybody was together, they don't see it like that. So I run into one of my OGs, and they like, man, it's all the Heights, man. I don't play that shit. Right. I don't play that shit. And then people from the Heights that been there, like off top, the Heights is been there. Everybody's related somehow. Right. And then that spreads to the Manors. Everybody from the Heights got at least one family member from the Manors. Yes. So I kind of never understood that, and then I went to prison at a young age. So I was kind of that was removed from me fast. That was removed from me fast because now this same Manor nigga gotta have my back and I gotta have his. Yep. This same Oak Park nigga gotta have my back and I gotta have his. And the Heights niggas is always the shortest. Yeah. Heights is always the shortest. So we gotta
learn how to fight.
Right. We have to be about it. I'm telling you, when the OG homie punched me in my chest from Oak Park, that nigga punched me in my chest for a body. I was like, oh no. Hey, that's the one who got put the knuckle prints in my chest. After that, I was like, man, I gotta learn. What they say? Turn the wrist. We punch, you gotta turn. Because I was throwing powders back then. But if it wasn't for the Oak Park niggas that was teaching me how to really get out, then who knows what would have happened. So that's why I got removed from them biased views a long time ago. That's why I pushed 916. And somebody asked, man, what's up with the 916s in California in the prison channels? I was like, man, that's my homie. And we from the same hood. And we got the same mind frame because Sacramento is kind of messed up right now with all these cliques and stuff. But you got people that hold the original intact what it's really all about. And maybe one day our city will get back on that page.
Yeah, bringing love to the city, man. Making sure the city. It's like this shirt I'm wearing. It's a white cat out the city pushing this. You know what I mean? It's just about the city, man, and improving our city, man. We love our city. Our city made us how we are, but at the same time, man, this city's a beautiful city of trees, man. Come on, man. How could you not love that, man?
Hey, Nate. Man, I said it on Big Hurt, man. I said I want everybody to know where I'm from. When I go to the you know, I be hitting city. So I want everybody. And if you didn't know where Sacramento was, by the time you done with me, you're gonna know.
You're gonna know.
You're gonna know about all the best parts and the worst.
Yeah.
Best part.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. So that's basically the breakdown on like basically how gang members from other areas are treated, other states are treated in California, and how obviously how Dirt said how gang members from here are treated when they go other places. But you got to think about it. Most of these gangs in other places, no disrespect to any of those gangs in other states, but most of them, I don't know the origin of all of them, but some of them have been started by people that came from California.
That is true.
It's mostly a transplant that left here for whatever reason he wanted to leave and decided he wanted to restart. He could have just been on the run from some stuff out here, like a case or something, and go out there and kick off a whole new clique. You know what I mean?
So let me say this. So we can go Atlanta because that's where I was like for a long time in Atlanta. They have Bloods out there in Atlanta. And they have Bloods out there that claim Sacramento gangs. They got Valley High, Conroe, and Decatur, Atlanta.
Dang.
Yeah, and they serious about it.
Decatur, Georgia.
Decatur, Georgia, and guess where it started? From the homie from Valley High out here.
That moved out there.
But guess what? He got locked up, and from being locked up, he met all the little dudes, all the little
Yeah.
And they stepped out with his agenda. And
yeah, absolutely. And it happens that easy.
But then you got Brims out there. You got Pyros out there. But I think they get a lot of their stuff from New York too. Because to some, New York is Mecca too, but they don't know. Like the ones that think New York is the hub, they don't really know about California. They haven't really been out there. And then along the way, they find out. Man, let that sink in.
Yeah, let that sink in for a second, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what was I gonna say? It's like, it's not a difference to the way we look at stuff. It's not a war. And, you know, when you come and you from another, the only thing is like we warriors. So you can't come in here talking about you from this what we about when we was about it. You can't come talk. So please understand, I am not currently a gang banger. Yes, I'm gonna always be a member of my hood for the rest of my life, but I am not a gang banger. Don't misunderstand what we're talking about here.
Yes.
Right? I am not a gang banger. I am a gang member. There is a difference. You know what I mean? I am a member of Del Paso Heights. That's what I'm a member of. I'm always going to be a member of that for the rest of my life, just as well as Dirk's going to always be a member of that. You can't take that from us. It's not possible. Only death can take it from us. The point is to understand that we was warrior. We're from warrior stock. It's not about who you are. It's about what you're willing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What you're willing to do for this. I don't care what your color of your skin is. I don't care none of that. As long as you with the shit like I'm with the shit, when we was on that page, then you're going to be accepted with open arms. But you're going to have to be with the shit. It ain't no, can I just come and be under the umbrella of the Bloods and not have to get down? Nah, that ain't how it works. That's not how it works.
And don't be a tough talker, because they're going to try that. We're going to figure something out for you. Yeah,
absolutely. They gonna try to figure that out. Don't get to running your mouth and thinking if a homie don't test you just to see what you're working with, you gonna definitely go on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna definitely you put it this way. If you came out to California right now, Sandman, well, back to California, excuse me, because for all y'all don't know, Sandman is a California native. Don't get it fucked up. He just lives somewhere else. We're not gonna say where he lives because he's gonna run from the feds. JK. He's in an undisclosed location. But the point is, if you came back and you came to prison, not the streets, if you came to prison and you said, hey, man, I'm from Florida, man, or I'm from Atlanta, or I'm from Washington, and I'm a Blood, where the Blood's at? And then you come over and it's me and Dirt sitting there. It ain't nothing. It ain't, what's up, dog? Where you from? I'm from Whoop Bloods. Oh, okay. Well, who you in the cell with? Oh, yeah, we gonna get you moved in with a homie then. That's it. Yeah. That's it. It ain't gonna be. Of course, cat gonna come through and the homie gonna check your work because that's why you gonna be in the cell and the homie can see your work. You know what I mean? He'll come out and report that shit. Oh no, his shit good, bro. But then it's not like as soon as you come out to the yard, here, take this knife, go stab somebody. Come on, man, that ain't how it works. Now, don't get me wrong. As soon as the AB or the skinheads or whatever find out you're on the yard, you know what I mean? Then they're gonna be on some. Hey, he gotta go. Y'all either gotta give him to us or he gotta go. You know what I mean? And then that's when we're gonna tell you, hey, bro, you ready? Go kick that off.
Hey, I haven't been in a cell with a Blood from another race.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like a mutual understanding. Like, you know what time it is, right?
Yeah.
You ready? All right. You pick which one you want. That one right there.
And the cold thing is like my first celly when I went to High Desert was a white Blood from Fresno, right? And when I first went to the door, I'm like, and you know his name, don't say it, but you know who he is. It looked like Dirt was finna say something. Yeah. I think you know who he is. But I'm looking in the door, I'm like, hey, no, I ain't going in this cell, man. I'm going to cell with whites. And bruh got up like, no, I ain't white, man. I'm a Blood. I'm like, and see, that just goes back to the gang overpasses race. You know what I mean? He's like, man, I'm not white, I'm a Blood. Oh, as soon as he said it, I was like, oh, my bad, dog. Oh, yeah, y'all can let me in here. Yeah, shut it, homie. He's like, yeah, I'm whoop from whoop. Okay, well, I'm Nate Dogg from Del Paso Heights. Yeah, whoop. And we got along fine until I found out he was cut. And when I found out he was cut, I was like, all right, bro, we got to move cells. Once I found out what cut meant, and he told me what cut was, I was like, okay, bro, because this is my first time in prison. I didn't know about being under paperwork and all that other stuff that we won't talk about. I didn't know nothing about that. So when he told me what it was, I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm uncut 100, so I got to go. But he's still, and that's the thing is he's so turned up. He was so turned up. I've never seen a dude that turned up in my life until I met him. Like, he's like, hey, bro, check this out. Hey, see this CD case? Let me show you how to boop, 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 bang, bang, bang. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know you can do that. That's cool. And then, I learned. So, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh. But it's like, it's bottom line is like, no matter what your race is, what state you from, it's open arms. Once that blood card is just, and Crip card, don't get it wrong. The Crip card the same way. They accept theirs from other states just the same, and other races. Everything is the same. When you're in the gang life, it's about the gang. It's not about race. It's not about. Just like the boy is it's people in other gangs that are other races. The only one I can't really see happening, like I said on somebody else's channel, I've never seen a black person with the white card. You know what I mean? I've never seen that, and it would kind of like, to me, it wouldn't make sense to see it. Go ahead. No, you might have seen it. Go ahead. You might have.
And it was this time, right? And it's funny because I just seen this dude at Thunder Valley, and I had to listen to his reasoning. I had to. This dude is from he's from Placerville, right? We on Tracy,
right?
This dude is from Auburn.
Right
now. He's walking laps with these white boys. I'm talking about the white boys with tattoos and everything. And kicking it with him, laughing, joking, hee hee ha ha. And I'm like, man, what's up with that? He was like, because I ended up working in the kitchen with him. He said, man, this is where I grew up. I was the only black person in the town. Everybody loves me. I know everybody. I've never been to Sacramento like that. And then when he did, he named some people that I was from like my neighborhood, but I never heard of them. And like he spoke about them like they was God, but still he was like, man, what do you expect? I was raised around white people, and now I'm in prison. So I told him, I said, bruh, you may be going home from here from reception, I think, but if not, when you hit the main line, you're gonna have to straighten that shit out.
Yeah,
because it's not gonna fly in certain places. If you hit a level one, or maybe a level 2, you might be able to skate like that. But if you go where it's popping, man, that ain't gonna fly.
And here's the thing, Sam, man. So you can understand as well, right? We not saying he got to roll with a gang.
Mm-hmm.
But if he go to a level 4 yard, you not rolling with the white people. You not. They not gonna let you. It ain't about what we gonna do. They not gonna let you.
Yeah, they're gonna get on you.
You could be black and be a non-affiliate. You could be over there with the non-affiliates. You ain't gotta be a gang member, but the white people ain't gonna let you roll with them because
everything.
Yeah, on level 4 yards, which is all I can speak on. Dirt has a little more information about 3s than I do because I've never been there. But on the 4 yard, ain't no black dude hanging out with no white dudes because the white car is always racially motivated. Period. Ain't nobody on the level 4 yard trying to just do their time. It's always there's some people that try to do their time. But if you white, you under certain rules. If you Mexican, you under certain rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now the Southsiders, I met at least 5 black Southsiders, at least.
Right.
And I met black Southsiders with rank. So
absolutely.
So therefore, on that aspect,
right. I've seen black Southsiders. Obviously, I've seen black Southsiders push their line. I've seen white Southsiders. There's hella white Southsiders. But it's like they don't care about that. I mean, they'll let you ride, especially since most of them are from the same neighborhoods. So they already know the dudes. And of course, there's always they got their bull crap too. But white, black, like our whole thing is about we don't like black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, so what we look like letting you be anywhere near our stuff.
It makes no sense.
We're not racially motivated. We're not we're not built on hate.
Yes.
That's what we're not.
Right.
So I cover it.
Yes, that'll cover it.
Okay.
So
All
let me go ahead and end this with, make sure you guys if you're watching this on my channel, Nate Dogg 916, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Once again, look below in the comments for the links to all the stuff that can help us out with equipment or whatever else. If you're watching this on Down and Dirty, same thing. Like, subscribe, Down and Dirty 916. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all the stuff. You can go on Instagram at Sandman2788. Any kind of questions you might have for us, if you want to come on our podcast, if you can go to Spotify and listen to the Nate Dogg 916 podcast. If you want to come on the podcast and be a guest, hit Sandman on his Instagram, or hit me on my Instagram, or even hit Dirt. We all contact each other. You know what I mean? We pushing this for us. We pushing this Sacramento stuff. We from Sacramento. We not pushing Sacramento as a gang. We're just trying to enlighten y'all that it's good parts of our city too. You know what I mean? We love our city. Yeah, we ain't trying to enlighten the world. You know, and then, you know, once again, shout out to Big Boys Clothing, merch to come soon, man. So from Nate Dogg 916, live from Sacramento, we out.
Go.